decimal example. Here they say part A, you must evaluate this without a calculator, and then part B, you use a calculator to evaluate this one. Now this is from an old CSEC mathematics paper. This is going to be easier, so let's just evaluate this one with a calculator. Square root of 0.749. The square root of 0.749 equals, they didn't tell you how many decimal places, how many significant figures to write it. Let us write it down to 3 decimal places. 0.865. So it's 0.865. So that's what we have. Now part A, without a calculator, how do we do this one? Here, what we have is 10.02 multiplied by 0.14 times 50.1. Let's see something here. Suppose we take the 10.02 and we multiply that by 100, and then times 0.14 and we multiply that by 100. The reason why I'm multiplying by 100 is to turn them into whole numbers. Now you multiply the top by 100 and by 100 again. You multiply the bottom by 100 and 100 again. So we have 0.7 and you multiply that by 100 and then times 50.1 and you multiply that by 100. So we have essentially the same value as this one. This one is the same value of this one because up top we multiply by 100 by 100, down the bottom by 100 by 100, so they cancel each other effectively. So here now, what happened? We're going to have 1002 times 14. You see that? If you move the point 2 places to the right, you get 14. So 0.14 by 100 is 14. 0.7 by 100 is what? 1, 2 is going to be 70. 70. So that's a shortcut way of multiplying by 100. Just move the point 2 places to the right. And this would be 50, 1, 2, 50, 50, and then 1, 0. 50, 1, 0. Alright. So this is what we have. Now, if we consider this, the 14 is really equal to 7 times 2. Let's split these into different parts. Let us say the 1002. Half of 1002 is what? Is 501. So it's 2 times 501 times what? 14 is 7 times 2 over what now? 70 is 7 times 10. I'm just showing steps, and remember I'm looking at the explaining it in detail. What is 501? 5010 is really 501 times 10. You see that? So what you have now is this. You have 501, cancel 501. Alright? 7 cancel 7. So you see that. So what you have here is 2 times 2 up top divided by 10 times 10 down the bottom. But guess what? 2 into 2 was 1 time. 2 into 10, 5. 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 10, 5. So what you essentially have is 1 times 1 up top divided by 5 times 5 down the bottom. So what you get as your answer is 1 divided by 25. Okay. Remember they said not to use a calculator, you know. So you have to show the steps. So here, what we did was to turn everything into whole numbers. But make sure that whatever you multiply by up top, you will multiply by this exact same thing down the bottom. And then divided up these numbers into smaller numbers, multiplying each other. No calculator now, I have to show how you get it. 1000 over 2 is 500, so 1002 over 2 is 501. You split this into 501 by 2, split the 5010 into 501 times 10. And you see what can cancel. 7 times 2, 7 times 10, the 7 will cancel. So you go just like that and work it out, and you get 1 divided by 25.